Good morning, students. Hope you all are good and staying at your home safely. So, students, today I will be starting the paragraph wise explanation of the chapter The Lost Child. But before that, I just give you a quick review of the chapter, means the summary or the theme of the story. As the story concentrates on the child's desire for everything, as he went to the fair, and it is a short story about a child, his expressions, demands, and the realization. The story is mainly focused on the awareness of parents, the message of parents, and take them as granted. So the significance of parents is only revealed once they are out of the sight. So that is what the little child realizes once he got lost in a fair. Means the guessing whether the ending is emotional, as the reader keeps on guessing whether the lost child would have finally found his parents or not, as I told you earlier in the video where I discussed with the introduction part and the characters and the highlights of the chapter. So I had already discussed with you that you have to what the message is given in this story about the lost child, how he was lost and how he had fascinated by the toys and the sweet sellers or the snake charmer. Now it was the festival of a spring. I just go with the first the reading portion, and also I will tell you the difficult word meaning, and after that I will explain you the whole chapter with the paragraph wise. So it was a festival of a spring. From the wintry shades of narrow lanes in LA emerged a galley clad humanity. Some walked, some rode on horses, others sat being carried in bamboo and bull carts. One little boy ran between his father's legs, brimming over with life and laughter. So, here, spring means you all know that is a season. Lanes means street, means galiya. Alley means narrow way. Emerge means to come out, जिसे हम लोग कहते हैं हिंदी में बाहर निकलना. Galley means happily. Clad means wearing. Humanity means mankind. Bamboo, all of you know that there are tree. Bull cart means a cart that is drawn by a bulls or oxen. Brimming means filled, and laughter, as you all know, that is the action of laughing. So it was a spring season, and from the wintry shades of narrow lanes means from the wintry shades of narrow lanes means from the different paths and from the different paths and from the different street and narrow ways, the people were coming out in the wearing a like they were very happy, and they were wearing a mankind means they were very happy and they were full of mankind. Some were walking towards the spray that fair, and someone was riding on a horses, and other was sat on that cart, that was bamboo cart, and was pulled by the bull cart. So one of the little boy ran between his father's leg, as he was very much full of laughter and alive. He was very much excited to see the fair, as he had not seen the fair earlier. Now, next, come child, come, called his parents as he lagged behind, fascinated by the toys in the shop that lined the way. He hurried towards his parents, his feet obedient to their call, his eyes still lingering on the receding toys as he came to where they had stopped to wait for him. He could not suppress the desire of his heart, even though he well knew the old cold stare of refusal in their eyes. So, as he was running between his father's legs, so his parents called him, "Come, child, come," and he lagged behind. Lagged means stay behind. So I'm telling you again. Lagged behind means stay behind. Fascinated means attracted. Hurried means fastened. Hesitant. Linger means hanging around. Receding means left behind, and suppress means overpower. Stare means a fixed look, and the refusal means denial. So as his parents called him, come child come, as he lagged behind. Because why he was lagged behind means why he stayed behind, as his father and mother was moving forward. Why? Because there was a toy shop, and he was attracted by the toys which was displayed in that toy shop. So he was lagged behind as his parents was moving forward towards the fair. Now he hurried towards his parents, his feet obedient to their call. So he started hurried towards his parents, as he was a very obedient child, and he wants as the parents called him, so he wants to show that he was a very obedient child. So he just move again forward towards his parents, but his eyes still lingering, means his eyes was still on that toy shop, because he was very much attracted by the toys which was displayed again and again in front of that toy shop. So as he came to where they had stopped to wait for him, he could not suppress the desire of his heart. So they went to the stoppage where they have to stop, and so that they can move towards the fair. So his heart was very much suppressed, means his heart was still there at the toy shop. So even though he will knew the old cold stare of refusal in their eyes, he just want to take those toys, he want to purchase those toys, but he knew that his parents is not going to purchase those toys. So now, but still he requested, I want that toy. He pleaded means requested. He just requested from his parents that I want that toy. Now what his parents said, his father looked at him red-eyed in his familiar tyrant way. His mother, melted by the free spirit of the day, was tender, and giving him her finger to hold, said, look child, what is before you. So now after seeing, and after he knows that he will get the refusal, but still he just asked, he requested from his parents that I want that toy. Now his father looked at him red-eyed in his familiar tyrant's way, means in a very anger way, and he showed his red-eyed, मतलब कि अपने गुस्से को दिखाना through his eyes. And his mother, melted by the free spirit of the day, was tender, and giving him her finger to hold. And where his mother was also enjoying that fair, so he don't want to spoil her mood. So he said that she said to her child that just hold my finger and look, child, what is before you. Like means देखो तुम्हारे सामने क्या चीज़ है. And it was a flowering mustard field, pale like melting gold, as it swept across miles and miles of even hand. So what she said, see what is before you, and it was a flowering mustard field, and it was a melting gold. It looked like a melting gold, and it was swept across miles and miles of even land, means it was spreaded over miles and miles, means that mustard field was spreaded over miles and miles. Now next, a group of dragonflies were bustling about on their gaudy purple wings, intercepting the flight of a lone black bee or butterfly in search of sweetness from the flowers. So and a group of dragonflies were bustling, means was you can say that was called bustling, means full of activity. So a group of dragonflies were bustling, and they were having a purple wings, and they were intercepting with the flight of a lone black bee or a butterfly in search of sweetness from the flowers, means dragonflies was also having an interception with the this one butterfly and the black bee, and they were who were in search of a sweetness from the flowers. So the child followed them in the air with his gaze, till one of them would still its wings and flapping and rest, and he would try to catch it, but it would go flapping up into the air when he had almost caught it in his hand. Then his mother gave a cautionary call, come child, onto the footpath. Now what happened, like after seeing the butterfly, he just want to, and dragonfly, he just want to catch one of them, but what happened next, whenever he just gone to catch the butterfly or the dragonfly, what happened next? That butterfly or dragonfly started flapping and like fluttering, and they moved to above the like they were up to into the air, and they when he had almost caught it in his hand. So now again his mother called, gave a cautionary call and said, come child, we have to move on to the footpath. Now next, he ran towards his parents gaily and walked abreast of them for a while, being however soon left behind, attracted by the little insect and worms along the footpath that were teeming out from their hiding places to enjoy the sunshine. So he ran towards his parents as his parents called him, come child, come. So he just ran towards his parents, and but still he was looking behind, he was left behind, as he was attracted by the little insects and the worms which were on the path. So they were teeming out from their hiding place, so they were coming out from their hiding place. And also, and why they are coming? Because it was a spring season, so they also wants to enjoy the spring season. That's why those worms or the insects were coming out along the footpath, and that's why he was again lagged behind from his parents, as he was attracted by those insects and the worms. Come child, come, his parents called from the shade of a grove when they had seated themselves on the edge of a well. He ran towards them. So again his parents called him, and where they were sitting under the shade of that grove, and on the edge of a well. So he just ran towards them. A shower of young flowers fell upon the child as he entered the grove, and forgetting his parents, he began to gather the raining petals in his hand. So when he entered that grove, there was a shower of young flowers fell upon him, and he forget about his parents again, that he has to go like he has to go towards his parents. He started gathering the raining petals in his hand, but lo, he heard the cooing of dove, and ran towards his parents shouting, the dove, the dove. The raining petals dropped from his forgotten hand. Now when he heard the dove sound, he just ran towards his parents, and he said that there was a dove, the dove. And all the flowers, all the petals which he had collected from the raining petals, he just forgotten, and he was dropped from his hand. Now again his mother and father called, come child, come. They called to the child, who had now gone running in wild capers round the banyan tree, and gathering him up, they looked the narrow winding footpath which lead to the fair through the mustard field. So now when his parents called him, come child, come now. They called the child, and now what happened? His child was gone running in that wild capers में बरगद का पेड़ जिसे हम लोग बोलते हैं, and round the banyan tree means बरगद का पेड़ जिसे बोलते हैं, and he started capers means jumping around that banyan tree, and they looked the narrow winding footpath which lead to the fair through the mustard field. So the banyan tree was in front of that footpath, so it was there. So he was started jumping around that banyan tree. So students, till now today I had explained you the first and the second page of the chapter. You can ask anything, the things like the words which you are not getting which you are not getting it, you can ask from me in a class, or in a Gmeet class, or in a WhatsApp class. So if you have any query, I have already told you. And secondly, you don't have to write those things which I had discussed you earlier, like the highlights, the character, and the introduction part in your fair copy. You don't have to write it down, students. You don't have to write it down. That was the only the matter which I had discussed with you before starting of the paragraph explanation. ठीक है, क्लास में भी मैं यही करती हूँ ना, कि एक बार पहले आपको समरी बताती हूँ चैप्टर की, देन आई विल एक्सप्लेन यू, so that आपके दिमाग में रहे कि what message does the story wants to convey. So here the same thing happened. So I just want all of you to go through this video again, and if you have any query, you can ask from me in the next class. So students, just take care and bye bye.